Hello, namaste. My name is Laura, and I am so grateful that you're here today, joining me for the 5th day of our restorative yoga immersion for the full moon at the School of Living Yoga happening here on YouTube. This is the closing practice of the week, the final class that is all about letting everything that you have received over the past few days to settle into your body, into your nervous system, into your entire being. As the moon was full yesterday and is just beginning its journey into the waning phase, this practice today is all about integration and release. The things that you might have handy for this practice, the props, include a bolster, a couple of blocks, and a pillow. Or you might actually have a couple of pillows if you don't have any blocks. Likewise, if you don't have a bolster, not to worry, you can use a long, firm pillow that you might have at your home, or perhaps some folded blankets in their place. You might even like a blanket to keep yourself warm through the practice as well. And we're actually going to be opening this session together with a bit of Abhyanga, self-massage with a massage oil. And so you can reach for that. You don't need to use oil if you don't have any with you. That's okay. And we're going to get started. And just before we begin, I'd like to mention that at this time, I'm not able to turn ads off on my YouTube videos. So if you do notice an ad popping up through the practice, please know I am not choosing to have it here. And we will just take a breath and skip the ad, resume the practice. Stay with me as I have a special announcement for you at the end of this session. And so much gratitude to you for joining me. For our practice of Abhyanga, of self-massage, you can reach for your oil if you're choosing to use one for this practice, and find your way to a comfortable seat. This is a simple and loving practice that really instills a sense of nourishment into the being, communicating safety, love, care directly to your nervous system. As you reach for your oil, you can grab a few drops, placing it in your palm and rubbing it together, rubbing your hands together, warming the oil between your palms. If there are essential oils in your massage oil, you might like to take a couple of deep breaths to receive the aroma and the aromatherapy of these essential oils. And as your hands and your oil become warmer, let's begin by taking the 2-piece fingers around the ears, both sides, just massaging behind the ears and then down toward the hinges of the jaw, back and forth like that. Stay with your breath. Any of these techniques, you can stay with them for as long as you want to. You might move along now to massaging your temples. I like to use the knuckle of the thumb to gently circle around the area of the temples. circling one way and the other. Once again, we'll use the 2 peace fingers, and you can bend them now and take them to the jawline, hugging the jawline with your index and middle finger, and then going down the neck. We'll repeat that. The jawline and then down the neck. One more time. You might like to massage the forehead or across the brow line. Gently rubbing the scalp with the fingertips. And the top, sides, back, and toward the base of the scalp too. You might use your thumbs a little bit more, the back of the neck. And behind the ears, down the neck. Maybe you massage your shoulders, arms, even your feet if you'd like. Reaching for more oil as needed. Moving with slow and intentional touch, gentle, loving touch. This isn't something to complete, but rather something to enjoy. You can take your time to finish up, no hurry. And whenever you're ready to move into bump on a log pose, our first restorative posture, we'll actually shift to the hands and knees on our mat. To prepare for bump on a log pose, we'll take our bolster and place it across our mat. And you can take a pillow or a folded blanket and put it at the top of your mat. If you have extra folded blankets, you might like to have them at the back of your mat by your feet. When we come to lay in this pose, we're going to carefully place the front of the pelvis on the bolster. So when you lay down on your mat and over your props, the tops of the feet, front of the pelvis, and the forehead are supported by props, while the rest of the body comes to lay down on the earth in a prone position. Take a couple of breaths here as you're first settling in. And notice that the low ribs can move freely. This is important to ensure that you can take slow, grounding, soothing breaths while you're here. In the space below the navel, resting on the bolster and getting a little massage. Rest down as you feel settled. Down on the earth in this very integrating posture where the earth can receive what you are ready to release. Over the course of the week, the moon has been building into fullness, to this time of peak energy. And though we are still basking in quite a full light from the moon, she's beginning to wane. And this is a time to welcome a sense of softening, of ease, and letting go. You may notice that over the course of the week, things have been shifting. They've surfaced. Just knowing that whatever is here is welcome, just as it is. In this time of softening, it's not about forcing anything. It's about noticing what is ready to be seen, held gently, and released. Can you allow the breath and the tone of your practice to match the pace of the changing moonlight? Slow, steady, and spacious. Allow the breath to slowly deepen down into the belly without straining. Quite effortlessly, the breath moves down, down, and into the belly now. Exhaling fully, completely. Inhaling, filling up the belly like a almost full moon. The exhale like this beginning waning moon time. And as you breathe deeply, steadily, welcome the gentle, soothing massage for the low belly, like a massage for the nervous system. We'll take 3 more breaths here. To transition out of this pose, we're going to ground down through the palms, slowly pressing ourselves back up to the hands and knees. And as you return to table pose, perhaps you'd like to rock your hips right back toward the heels, finding a child's pose, balasana. Take a deep breath in. A full breath out. And we'll move into our next posture together. You can keep your bolster or folded blankets where they are in the middle of your mat. And at the top of your mat, we'll either reach for our blocks or a second pillow to stack for the head to rest upon. You might like to have some extra blankets or pillows available. And we'll come to sit on the right side hip beside your bolster with both legs bent. You may pad underneath your right hip or between the legs to support both hips. Reaching for a blanket to keep yourself warm. So we do tend to cool off quite a bit as we are dropping into a parasympathetic state of the nervous system. As you're sitting with your bolster on your right side, begin to lean over the bolster, creating a crescent moon shape with the spine, a supported lateral stretch, a lovely side-lying position. The right arm rests on the ground. Make sure your head is fully supported so your neck can relax. And the left arm, you might hug a pillow or blanket. Maybe you rest it on the side of your body. You might drape it up and over your head. Wherever you are, we want to find a position that is effortless. This is all about softening and letting go. Fine-tuning the posture, tending to the shape of the body so that you can relax into the sweet spot, the sweetest expression where you can allow the props and gravity to do all of the work for you. Relaxing, softening into stillness as you feel ready. Left side of the body melting toward the right side sinking down over the props, over the earth. These asymmetrical postures remind us that balance is a dance. We sway out of balance to come back into it. We're here on this right side for now. Then we'll come to center and come to the left side in time. It's not about remaining in perfect balance all the time, but exploring the way that we can come out, come back, integrate, restore. Balancing doing, being, effort, surrender. Light, dark, as the moon teaches us. We'll take a couple more relaxed breaths on this side. You may notice how even the breath is a demonstration of finding balance. This dance between opposites, letting in, letting out. And if your left arm is overhead, you can bring it down along beside the body now. To come out of this pose, let's shift to come up toward seated, and we're actually going to turn away from the props with the legs bent. You might like to windshield wiper your knees from side to side before transitioning to the other side, to the left. Rocking knees slowly, massaging the glutes, loosening up through the hips in a fluid way, stretching the low back gently. Whenever you're ready, come to shift to face the other way, and you're sitting now on your left hip. It might be different on this side. It doesn't have to be the same. You may pad under the left hip, between the knees. Reach for a blanket if needed. Never waiting to get comfortable. Take the time to get comfortable now, knowing that you are so deserving of your own care and attention. This attention to detail just for you. Laying on the left side, left arm on the ground out in front, the head supported, resting on the props. Find the position for your right arm. Take any lingering movements and adjustments. You might notice or come to imagine how this crescent moon shape that we've been exploring with the spine, it's like we are mirroring the small crescent of darkness that we're welcoming back at this time in the lunar cycle, as the moon just begins to wane in the sky. A little sliver of darkness returning, gently turning inward. Integrating, reflecting, restoring. Nothing to do here but rest and breathe. Inhale, waxing, to exhale, waning, to inhale again. And to mark this journey of the waning moon time, you might love to draw out the exhale, making it 1 or 2 counts longer than the inhalation. Slowly, gently, intentionally lengthening your exhale. Let the body be heavy. Let the earth receive what you no longer need to hold. We'll slowly deepen the breath now, the inhale, the exhale. Take all the time you need to make your way to a comfortable seated position. As you transition to this comfortable seat, you might reach for a cushion. Most importantly, just finding a nice long spine. So even if you want to shift to a chair. And we'll close our practice with pranayama, breathwork together. And for this breath, you might like to reach for your scented oil once again. If you've been working with an oil, this can be a nice touch for this pranayama practice. And rubbing the hands together. Taking another couple of deep breaths to receive the aroma. You can take your dominant hand into either Vishnu Mudra with the 2 peace fingers curled in to the palm, or you might bring the ring finger along too. You may even keep your hand open and just rest your 2 peace fingers on the mind's eye center. And take a full breath out. And then plug the right side nostril, breathe in through just the left side. At the top of the inhale, switch sides, breathe out of the right. Breathing in through the left. And out through the right. Repeating this. Slow, deep breaths. This technique is called Chandra bedana. Chandra means moon in Sanskrit. Bedana refers to the harnessing of lunar energy here in this breath work. Breathing up left side to stimulate the yin, feminine, passive lunar quality. Breathing out through the right to soothe the yang, solar, masculine energies within. And you can bring an added benefit to this breath work by once again lengthening your exhale. A nice full breath in through left side. And a slow, intentional, relaxing exhale out through the right side. The exhale may become 1 or 2 counts longer than the inhale. Just like before. With this technique, you might imagine, sense that you are cultivating, calling in, channeling the soothing qualities of the cooling moon, drawing it into your being, these qualities, helping you to settle, to integrate, to wind down, to release. We'll take 3 more breaths in this way. In through the left, out through the right side nostril. Coming to rest, both hands down in the lap if they're not there already. And you can take all of the time that you need to transition back to your space. You might even keep your eyes closed for a little while as I offer you some words regarding a special announcement that we have at the School of Living Yoga. First of all, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really, truly appreciate your presence here on my channel. I hope that you're feeling well after the practice. This, as a reminder, was day 5, the final practice of a restorative yoga immersion on YouTube. If you missed some of the other practices, not to worry, I have a link to the playlist in the description of this video below. And I'll also post it in the comments of the video. I'm also so excited to share with you today that enrollment to our Moon to Moon restorative yoga teacher training is open now. This is a beautiful, self-paced, online yoga teacher training to learn all about restorative yoga. And while you're learning about restorative yoga, teaching techniques and practices, you are following along with the rhythm of the lunar cycle. The lessons in the classroom open with the new moon phase of the lunar cycle. And then you navigate your way through the lessons, through the live and recorded practices, live calls, and your own independent studies and reflections, working your way from the new to the full moon to the new moon again, and honoring your own natural rhythms for rest, renewal, growth, expansion, all of these cycles that the moon inspires us to be connected with. If you are interested in this training and learning more about restorative yoga, learning more about the moon wisdom, then please do consider this training as a nice next step for you after this full moon immersion. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video below for you to learn more. And also a link for you to book a call with me if you have any questions and you want to connect one-on-one about this training. This training is so spacious, deeply nourishing, supportive, and it really mirrors what we've been doing here in this free yoga, restorative yoga immersion. So if you enjoyed this immersion, then not a doubt in my heart that you will love what you can learn in the Moon to Moon restorative yoga teacher training. Again, so much gratitude to you for being here today, for joining us for the immersion, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in another video soon. Much love.